on sight. The proper definition for this phrase is to make eye contact with someone and then inform the person that you will have a serious physical altercation with them whenever, wherever, and around whomever. Over the years, I have witnessed many iconic rivalry duels. Such as Tom and Jerry, they have been scrapping for the past 80 years, Batman and Joker, Bugs and Daffy, Zuko and Azula, but the one rivalry that attests to the words is on site will be none other than Peter Griffin and the giant chicken. The question that bounces around is what started this lifelong beef between Peter and the Chicken Man? Let's dive in and find out.
Armed and dangerous!
We start with Peter at the grocery store with a basket full of food items. Oh, do we all remember the days when we could afford food at a reasonable price? I miss those days.
Spare change, ma'am.
Peter is using the coupon he got from Ernie at the register. And yes, for those who didn't know, his name is Ernie, not just the giant chicken. The only other Ernie I know is from George Lopez. Back to the coupon. It gets declined when he tries to use it for his purchase. This is where I'm giving Ernie a questionable side eye, cause how are you passing around coupons and not making sure they aren't expired? What does Peter do then? He goes up to Ernie like a decent human being and asks for another non-expired coupon.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop you fucking lying.
Nah, I'm just lying. Peter leaps through the window glass and assaults Ernie instead. Now, answer this question to yourself. Was Ernie the villain the whole time? Hear me out. Why are you watching me through the window like a creep? Like, is this some type of diabolical scheme of wasting my time? Hello? Tunes, girl, it's not that deep. Ernie is staring at Peter, perplexed as to why is he approaching him with so much hostility. Even as they fight, Ernie rightfully defends himself. For all he knows, this is a man attacking him for no reason and tries to flee at first, but he's eventually punched over a ledge and fortunately lands on a vehicle. Remember, Peter is trying to unalive this man over a coupon that has expired.
And what about it? And what about it?
I would have told him his coupons are past the due date and taken my groceries and ass back home. Peter somehow outruns a moving vehicle on the highway. Peter Griffin, who looks like he belongs to My 600-Pound Life, outran a semi-truck.
Oh, okay. Yeah, oh, okay.
Yo, he was determined to beat the living hell out of Ernie. Peter somehow instant transmission himself to the next overpass with additional time. He hops on the truck and continues to pummel Ernie. Ernie once had Peter hanging from the vehicle while he was stomping the yard on his fingers. Then, without considering the lives of others, they blow up the truck and the Titanic at the same time. Just imagine! You're just enjoying your day outside, the sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the next thing you know, you get a brutal Final Destination death. I would have asked Death personally to target Peter and Ernie for the rest of their lives. Ooh, and speaking of Final Destination, anybody seen the new one coming out? I can't wait for this current generation to be mentally scarred like we were. After that, they both hitch a ride on a helicopter. Peter, with the upper body strength of a seasoned ninja warrior, climbs onto Ernie, and Ernie, in a surprise twist, elbows Peter. You have to be pretty stupid to attack someone in this position. Knowing one wrong move can potentially end both your lives, right? I guess it doesn't matter to them because Peter and Ernie really said, I don't care if I die. I need to run it back. They exchanged attacks until Peter began knocking down body blows. I can only imagine the immense pain Ernie is going through. Peter has the better advantage point and is hitting his ribs repeatedly. Ernie must have the will of fire to deal with not only a 300-pound Peter hanging on him, but he's also dealing with multiple hits and attacking back while hanging onto a helicopter with one hand. His arm strength is out of this world. They body slam through an office window.
Is that? Oh shit, what is that?
What amazes me is that neither has spoken during the entire duration of this fight. It's just straight hands. Right away, Peter gets a two-piece combo before cocking his head back for a headbutt.
Stop it!
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
After that, he hits Ernie between the printers before being tackled through the glass out of the office building onto flat concrete. And to highlight the severity of the situation, Peter's entire weight falls on top of Ernie.
He needs some milk.
With generic superhero music playing in the background, Peter leaves in the sunset believing Ernie is dead.
Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise.
Nah, man, you gotta double tap. Always double tap your enemy because you never know. All of this mayhem, death, and destruction started thanks to an expired coupon. A coupon that ignited a lifelong beef. You would think, after an excruciating ass beating like that, Ernie would have waved the white flag in hopes to never cross paths with Peter Griffin ever again. Oh, how naive that thought is. In fact, the next time we see Ernie, he's the one initiating the fight, ready to pay back in blood.
Round 2, fight!
Ernie attacks Peter. Both are hammering multiple punches in the face. No words are spoken, just bare fists. They start running hands across the neighborhood. This is the face of a man who got humiliated and bodied by Peter Griffin of all people. As he marches Peter down the street while delivering multiple combos, mind you, they're fighting in the middle of traffic.
Why?
Causing numerous accidents and car pileups. Like, do these grown-ass men feel any regret for what is happening? Just random civilians becoming casualties of an ongoing beef, probably enjoying the sunny afternoon and forced to bob and weave their way out of some oncoming cars. A school bus, which was probably packed with kids, just exploded. But as Anakin Skywalker famously remarked,
Girl, fuck them kids and fuck you too.
they eventually collide with a windshield after one of the cars swerves into them. But this doesn't stop them. Not to mention the driver is completely blind and can't see the road while they are doing all of this. Man, the way these two are going at it, I hope I never find myself in a situation where I have beef with someone who's willing to do all this to get back at me. The next thing we know, they're dive bombing into a ship after rolling down a hill over a cliff. How are they not aware of what's going on around them? Do they both lack spatial awareness?
Yes.
When I tell y'all they were squaring up, they were squaring the hell up. The massive ship then rapidly speeds through Quahog from the pier to the airport when Peter punches the control system that regulates the boat's speed for the ship that they are on. Quahog is decimated by this ship. I would have packed up all my stuff and moved to Langley Falls. In the ending scene of their fight, Ernie appears to have the upper hand against Peter, but the propeller of the plane hits the corner and chops up Ernie like a butcher's factory. With music playing in the background, Peter strolls off into the sunset. Ernie somehow miraculously survived, but had to ball up his feet since he was likely too stunned by the propeller to even ball up his fist. Now, I'm sure all of you are thinking, Toons, surely there's no way Ernie is getting back up from that. Losing a fight once, shame on you. Losing a fight twice in a row, to the same person no less? I'm hiding myself away in utter disgrace. But as we all know, Ernie is a masochist and a glutton for punishment. Every time Peter or Ernie see each other and initiate a fight, it reminds me of Stinkmeaner. They're giving off Stinkmeaner type energy. These two are forever locked in a moment that won't stop. And as the Boondocks has shown us before,
but yo, not even death could stop a nigga moment.
Ernie reappears a season later called No Chris Left Behind, which is a nod to former President George Bush's No Child Left Behind. I wonder how well that worked out.
Oh!
Somebody, oh!
For the second time, Ernie shows up at Peter's house, but this time he attacks him inside.
Final round, fight!
Which goes beyond their animosity because Peter is now no longer safe in his own house. As Ernie leaps through the window and tackles Peter to the wall, they begin fighting. Peter flings Ernie out the window before grabbing a piece of glass and slicing his stomach. Oh, you know Peter is dead serious this time. It's one thing to tackle me outside my house and start scrapping, but now you're making it personal by attacking me in my own home. Ernie sucks the blood from his wound. Oh my god. Are you that one guy from Naruto? God damn, okay. Seriously, I need to know who is the fight choreographer, because the way they're fighting, I feel like I'm watching Captain America in the Winter Soldier. He punched through Peter's mailbox, trapping his arm, never wanting to miss an opportunity. Peter takes his forearm and bends it at a perfect 90-degree angle. Ernie's only option is to smash the mailbox in two and kick Peter off him in order to escape the situation. They continue to fall down a sewer since Quahog has exposed sewers at random with a drop at 100 feet. Not only is that unsafe, but incredibly dangerous, because exposed open sewers can be hazardous to health, as sewer gas contains toxic substances such as methane, ammonia, and hydrogen sulfide. The more you know. Putting that aside, do both of these menaces to society lack spatial awareness? Ernie, I'm side-eyeing. If you guys didn't know, chickens are known to be remarkably smart. Over the years, research has demonstrated that chickens are perceptive, clever, and sentient beings. However, the belief that chickens are not intelligent creatures is still widely held. Given that chicken is the most popular meat in the US and that the average American consumes about 100 pounds of it yearly.
More! Good! More! More! Good! More!
This may be because we identify them so strongly with food. Every year, more than 70 billion chickens are killed worldwide, goddamn. More than 20 times as many as pigs, sheep, and cows put together. That little lesson aside, Ernie watches Peter fall and somehow manages to fall in himself. Peter, I can excuse. His back is to the sewer and he's getting pummeled in the face. Ernie, I can't excuse this. You are clearly punching him in the face and you watch him fall. Why are you falling in after him?
Intellect is as weak as your dollar. Failure is your destiny. You disrespect yourself and your nation. You are made of stupid.
They're now free falling and still throwing hands. Guys, we gotta clap it up because this is a brilliant dedication to settle a beef. How they didn't break their legs from a 100-foot fall, I don't know. Both are keeping up with the powerful push and pull of the current. They continue to come up with inventive strategies to combat one another, punching each other, spraying foul sewer water, and drowning. What exactly causes an end to the fighting? An outsider. An alligator finds its way between them and begins to target Ernie for no apparent reason. They say an enemy of my enemy is secretly my friend. So, what did they logically do next? They start jumping the hell out of the alligator. Peter snatches it from behind and Ernie interlocks his wrist, launches a punch, and strikes the alligator with his hand till it breaks free and takes a big old chomp out of Ernie. Candace Flynn would never. Candace Flynn, she would have soloed that alligator.
Alligator, you're going down.
Come on, Candace, you can do it. Pin him already. We're running behind.
Ernie now has foul sewer water entering his wounds and cuts.
I am disgusted.
Do y'all not know how repulsive that is? Sewage is primarily water that passes through a septic tank or sewage system and contains waste and urine. And what I mean by waste, I'm talking about shit, along with toilet paper or wipes. Intestinal worms, parasites, and viruses can all be found in poop sewage. And if you don't take care of that right away, that can lead to liver or stomach problems. I already know in my gut, Ernie will go home with some type of disease or infection after this brawl. Well, that didn't last long. Ernie grabs a knocked out alligator and starts smacking Peter over the head with it. They continue to hit each other as they attempt to ascend the ladder leading out of the sewer. These guys instinctively switch to a new battle stage. Did y'all ever notice that? They're currently fighting in a crowded subway train. Just to recap, they fought in Peter's kitchen, then outside on the front lawn, fighting in the street. Both proceeded to fall 100 feet into a sewer, jumped an alligator, and now on a speeding train. And get this, all these fight scene transitions happened in less than a minute and 20 seconds. Since it shouldn't be conceivable, Ernie's big fat ass hit the speed boost on a control lever, uprooting everything from the train tracks and up to the surface. Where's Spider-Man when you need him? Toons. It can't possibly get worse than this. Now, why would you ask me that? Despite being battered and bruised, they continue attacking. They are thrown into the air and crash headfirst into the bottom of a plane, and the plane crashes into Quahog. The city of Quahog does not get a break. I know Conquest is definitely impressed.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad! You keep digging!
Well, excuse me.
Because of this nicely seasoned medium rare beef, thanks to an expired coupon, Peter and Ernie are doing some out-of-pocket clownery by climbing the Ferris wheel. Why not just fight on the ground? These two are doing the absolute most. We get it, you guys are built differently. I guess scrapping on the ground would be way too easy, making things more difficult than they actually should be, as they always do in these confrontations. However, the events that follow are unprecedented in the history of this beef. They ceased their altercation and had a polite discussion. Oh my gosh, we're being civilized and acting like we have common sense? Someone called Marvin Sapp. We made it.
Close the doors. Close the
Ooh, is that joke too soon? It's an unusual phenomenon. Kudos to Peter, because anyone else would have kept going until somebody was 6 feet in the ground. He finally had the epiphany that he should quit fighting and question, what are we doing? Why are we fighting each other?
Wait, hey, hang on. What are we fighting about?
You know, I have completely forgotten.
Me too.
Something about a coupon.
The following scene shows them enjoying each other while dining at a restaurant, and they become best friends. Ernie joins Peter's friend group and has drinks at the Clam, and that's the end of the beef. Toons! Okay, I was just playing. That's not exactly how things went. Both parties asked to pay the bill. That's just proper etiquette and respect. However, I want you to keep in mind that Ernie gave out the invitation to dinner. Me personally, if someone insists on paying for my meal, who am I to argue? If you got it like that, then by all means, go ahead. But we have to remember, this is Peter Griffin, the same man who accidentally blew up a children's hospital instead of the other building.
Yes. Oh, God. Oh, my God, this is horrible. Oh, God. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, good Lord, save them. Bless their Oh, okay, yeah. There we go. All right, everything worked out.
The headstrong psychopath not only dismisses Ernie's attempts to pay the meal, he also talks disrespectfully to his wife.
Go of the check.
Ernie, if he wants to...
Stay out of this!
What the hell did she do? She's only trying to de-escalate the situation before the egos of two prideful men boil over again. Like clockwork, they begin fighting once more, this time in the middle of a restaurant. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the new fighting stage. Really? In front of my Caesar salad? Y'all couldn't take this brawl outside? I would have been so heated. You're just enjoying a nice meal and here comes two buffoons throwing hands and messing up your dinner. Peter, being the definition of petty, puts down the money for the dinner in the middle of the fight. I'm paying for my food, gosh darn it. If I was Ernie, I don't want to fold and embarrass myself in front of wifey. You will want to ease and reassure her that you got this handle, no problem. It's one thing to be losing in public, but losing in public in front of your wife? You'll never be able to live that one down. Ernie gains the upper hand and has Peter cornered. Just when it looks like Ernie will finally earn a dub, a pan of boiling water splashes into Ernie's face right when he's about to win the fight. You cannot make this nonsense up. Peter really pulled a Medea. When you're tired of a man hitting you, just splash their face with grits. They call that grit ball. So the current scoreboard from what I see is 3-0. Ernie, just pack it up, bro. Ernie is laid out in the kitchen, bloodied and critically injured, perhaps contemplating how to get his retribution against his rival. Peter, meanwhile, gets to walk off into the moonlight as the winner, ready to tell his wife how he bodied the giant chicken 3-0 once more. What makes this beef even juicier and messier is that Meg, Peter's daughter is dating a guy called Nugget. Who is Nugget, you may ask? He just so happens to be the son of Ernie the giant chicken.
Dad, this is my boyfriend Nugget. His father is the giant chicken.
They about to be father-in-laws. Messy, messy, messy. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to never miss an update. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.